Welcome, everyone, to our exclusive deep dive into one of the most shocking moments in recent daytime television history, an event that has sent ripples through the entertainment world and left fans buzzing with questions, speculation, and heated debates across social media platforms. We're talking about the explosive moment when Zendaya, the Emmy-winning actress known for her roles in Euphoria and the Spider-Man franchise, walked off the Kelly Clarkson Show after what reports describe as a heated clash with the host herself, Kelly Clarkson. This wasn't just minor misunderstanding or a fleeting awkward moment, it was a confrontation that escalated quickly, catching the live audience and viewers at home completely off guard. Imagine the scene: a bright, cheerful set, the kind where you expect laughter and lighthearted banter, suddenly transformed into a battleground of emotions, with Zendaya, a star known for her poison grace, storming off in a way that left everyone stunned. The incident, which took place recently, has been the subject of countless posts, tweets, and online discussions, with fans and critics alike trying to piece together what went wrong. Was it a personal disagreement, a professional misstep, or something deeper that touched a nerve? The video that captured this moment has already racked up millions of views. And today, we're going to unpack every detail, from the lead-up to the fallout, to give you the full story behind this jaw-dropping event. Let's start by setting the context. Zendaya was on the show to promote her latest project, Challengers, a film that's been generating Oscar buzz. Kelly Clarkson, a beloved host known for her warmth and relatability, typically creates a welcoming environment for her guests. So, what could have possibly gone wrong to lead to such a dramatic exit? The tension reportedly began during a segment meant to be fun and engaging, but something in the conversation took a sharp turn. Sources close to the show say the clash stemmed from a question Kelly asked that Zendaya found intrusive or inappropriate, though the exact wording remains a point of contention. Some speculate it was about her personal life, possibly her relationship with Tom Holland, while others believe it tied to her career choices or recent public appearances. Whatever the trigger, it was enough to push Zendaya to a breaking point, a rare moment of vulnerability for a star who's usually so composed. As we dive deeper, we'll explore the dynamics of the interview, what was said, and how the audience reacted in real time. This wasn't just a moment of drama, it was a cultural flashpoint that has people questioning the boundaries between hosts and guests, the pressures of live TV, and how celebrities navigate their public personas under scrutiny. So, buckle up as we break down this unforgettable incident, frame by frame, to uncover the truth behind Zendaya's walk-off. To understand how this moment unfolded, we need to rewind to the beginning of the episode. The Kelly Clarkson Show is known for its high-energy vibe, with Kelly's infectious enthusiasm and her knack for connecting with guests on a personal level. On this particular day, the show was buzzing with excitement as Zendaya, one of Hollywood's brightest stars, took the stage. The audience erupted in applause as she walked out, dressed in a stunning outfit that screamed high fashion, a nod to her role as a Met Gala co-chair. The interview started off smoothly, with Kelly showering Zendaya with praise for her recent work and her impact on the industry. They laughed over shared experiences, like the chaos of red carpet events, and even bonded over their struggles with punctuality, a moment that felt genuine and relatable. But as the conversation progressed, there was a subtle shift in tone. Kelly, known for her candid and unfiltered style, began asking questions that seemed to probe a bit deeper than Zendaya might have expected. According to eyewitnesses, the mood changed when Kelly brought up a topic that veered into personal territory, though reports differ on whether it was about Zendaya's private life or a sensitive career moment. Some sources claim Kelly asked about the pressures of being a young black actress in Hollywood, a question that could have been well-intentioned but perhaps caught Zendaya off guard. Others suggest it was a comment about her relationship with Tom Holland, which has been a hot topic in the tabloids. Whatever the case, Zendaya's demeanor shifted as she went from her usual charming, diplomatic self to visibly uncomfortable. Her responses became shorter, her smile tighter, and the audience could sense something was off. Kelly, perhaps unaware of the growing tension, pressed on, trying to keep the segment light, but it was clear the dynamic had changed. By the time the conversation reached its tipping point, Zendaya's frustration was palpable. Witnesses say she tried to deflect with humor at first, but when Kelly doubled down on the topic, Zendaya's patience ran out. In a moment that shocked everyone, she stood up, said something quietly to Kelly. Reports vary on whether it was a polite excuse or a sharp retort, and walked off the set. The audience gasped, and the cameras quickly cut to a stunned Kelly, who attempted to smooth things over with a joke before cutting to commercial. This moment wasn't just a blip, it was a seismic event that sparked immediate backlash and support from different corners of the internet. Let's zoom in on the moment of the walk-off itself, because this is where things get really intense. Picture this: the studio is alive with the usual energy of a live taping. The audience laughing and clapping, the crew bustling behind the scenes. Zendaya and Kelly are mid-conversation, sitting on those iconic talk show couches, when the atmosphere shifts. According to those in the room, Kelly's question of whatever it was hit a nerve. Zendaya's body language changed instantly, her arms crossed, her posture stiffened, and her eyes darted toward the floor. Some say she tried to laugh it off, but her discomfort was undeniable. Kelly, perhaps sensing the tension but not fully grasping its depth, tried to pivot, but it was too late. Zendaya stood up abruptly, her chair scraping slightly against the stage floor, a sound that cut through the studio like a knife. She leaned in toward Kelly, saying something inaudible to the audience but clearly pointed, based on the host's startled expression. Then, without another word, Zendaya turned and walked off, her heels clicking as she exited stage left. The audience was silent for a split second before murmurs erupted, a mix of shock, confusion, and curiosity. Kelly, ever the professional, recovered quickly, flashing a nervous smile and saying something like, "Well, that was unexpected," before signaling for a commercial break. The crew scrambled to keep the show on track, but the damage was done. Clips of the moment went viral almost instantly, with fans dissecting every frame for clues. Was Zendaya's walk-off premeditated, or was it a spontaneous reaction to a boundary being crossed? Some praised her for standing up for herself, arguing that celebrities are often expected to tolerate invasive questions with a smile. Others criticized her, calling the move unprofessional or overly dramatic. The debate raged on platforms like X, where hashtags like #ZendayaWalkOff and #Kelly Clarkson Clash trended for days. Behind the scenes, sources say the mood was tense, with producers rushing to do damage control. Zendaya reportedly left the studio immediately, and there's no confirmation of whether she and Kelly spoke afterward. This moment wasn't just a clash of personalities, it was a collision of expectations, power dynamics, and the unspoken rules of celebrity interviews. Now, let's talk about the fallout. The internet exploded with reactions, from fans defending Zendaya's right to set boundaries to others accusing her of overreacting. On X, posts ranged from supportive messages like, "Zendaya doesn't owe anyone her personal life, feel good for her for walking off," to critical ones like, "She's too sensitive, Kelly was just doing her job." The polarized responses reflect a broader cultural conversation about privacy, respect, and the pressures celebrities face in the spotlight. Some pointed out that Kelly's interviewing style, while warm, can sometimes cross into overly personal territory, citing past episodes where guests seemed uncomfortable. Others argued that Zendaya, as a seasoned public figure, should have handled the situation with more grace, perhaps redirecting the conversation instead of exiting. Media outlets jumped on the story, with headlines ranging from sensationalist, "Zendaya storms off Kelly Clarkson's show in shocking meltdown," to more measured takes, "Zendaya's walk-off sparks debate on celebrity privacy." Entertainment blogs speculated about the exact question that triggered the incident, with some pointing to a possible mention of Zendaya's rumored engagement to Tom Holland, while others suggested it was a comment about her role in Euphoria and its controversial themes. Neither Zendaya nor Kelly has issued an official statement, though sources close to the show say Kelly was devastated by the incident and felt blindsided. Insiders claim the question was meant to be light-hearted, but it clearly misfired. Meanwhile, Zendaya's team has remained tight-lipped, with the actress herself staying off social media and immediate aftermath, a move that only fueled speculation. The incident also raised questions about the show's pre-interview process. Did Zendaya's team set clear boundaries that were ignored? Or was this a genuine miscommunication? Fans of the Kelly Clarkson Show noted that Kelly has been under stress recently, with reports of her struggling to balance her demanding schedule and personal challenges, including the illness and passing of her ex-husband, Brandon Blackstock. Could this have contributed to a lapse in judgment during the interview? As the story spread, it became clear that this wasn't just about two celebrities clashing up. It was a moment that tapped into larger issues about how we treat public figures and what they owe their audiences. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. What does this incident say about the state of daytime talk shows and celebrity culture? Shows like The Kelly Clarkson Show thrive on a delicate balance of authenticity and entertainment. Hosts are expected to be relatable yet polished, while guests must navigate the fine line between openness and privacy. Kelly Clarkson, with her down-to-earth charm and powerhouse vocals, has built a brand around being one of us, but that relatability can sometimes lead to questions that feel too personal for guests who are used to carefully curated public images. Zendaya, at 28, is a master at controlling her narrative, often keeping her personal life under wraps while letting her work speak for itself. Her walk-off can be seen as a bold assertion of that control, a refusal to play along when a boundary was crossed. But it also highlights the challenges of live TV, where there's no script for handling unexpected tension. The incident recalls other famous talk show moments, like David Letterman's awkward interview with Lindsay Lohan or Ellen DeGeneres' controversial exchange with Mariah Carey. In each case, the fallout wasn't just about the moment itself but about what it revealed about the power dynamics between host and guest. For Zendaya, a black woman in an industry that often scrutinizes her every move, the stakes are even higher. Some fans pointed out that questions about her personal life or career choices might carry different weight than they would for other stars, given the unique pressures she faces. The walk-off also sparked a broader discussion about how talk shows prepare for interviews. Insiders say guests typically provide a list of off-limits topics, but miscommunications can happen, especially under the pressure of a live taping. Did Kelly's team miss a memo, or was the question spontaneous? And what does it say about the expectations placed on celebrities to be perpetually on for the cameras? As the story continues to unfold, it's clear that this moment has struck a chord, forcing both fans and industry insiders to rethink the unspoken rules of the talk show format. Now, let's consider the perspectives of the two women at the center of this storm. Kelly Clarkson, a Grammy-winning artist and beloved TV host, has built her career on authenticity and vulnerability. She's been open about her own struggles, from her divorce to her recent professional challenges, which has endeared her to millions. But that openness can sometimes translate into an interviewing style that's more candid than some guests are prepared for. Sources say Kelly was genuinely shocked by Zendaya's reaction, believing the question was harmless and in line with the show's conversational tone. After the incident, Kelly reportedly reached out to Zendaya's team to apologize, though it's unclear if the two have spoken directly. On the other side, Zendaya is a star who's navigated fame with remarkable poise, balancing blockbuster roles with a carefully guarded personal life. Her decision to walk off wasn't just a reaction to a single question, it was a culmination of the pressures she faces as a young woman in the spotlight. Fans have praised her for setting boundaries, arguing that she shouldn't have to tolerate invasive questions just to promote a project. Others, however, feel she could have handled it differently, perhaps by redirecting the conversation or addressing the issue privately. The truth likely lies somewhere in the middle. Kelly may have misjudged the situation, while Zendaya's response, though dramatic, was a stand for her autonomy. The incident also sheds light on the emotional toll of fame. Zendaya has spoken in the past about the challenges of being an introvert in a very public industry, and this moment may have been a rare glimpse of her reaching her limit. Meanwhile, Kelly's recent personal struggles, including the loss of her ex-husband, may have left her less attuned to her guests' boundaries. Both women are human, after all, navigating a high-stakes environment where every word is scrutinized. As fans continue to take sides, It's worth remembering that this clash wasn't just about the single question, it was about two people, under pressure, colliding in a moment that neither could have fully anticipated. The ripple effects of this incident are still being felt, and they're likely to shape how both Zendaya and Kelly move forward. For Zendaya, the walk-off has solidified her reputation as a star who doesn't shy away from standing her ground. Even if it means facing backlash, her fans see it as a power move, a reminder that celebrities aren't obligated to answer every question thrown their way. But it's also put her in a tricky spot. Future talk show appearances may come with added scrutiny, and some producers might hesitate to book her, fearing a repeat. Still, given her star power and track record, it's unlikely this will have a lasting impact on her career. For Kelly, the incident is a bump in an otherwise stellar run as a talk show host. The Kelly Clarkson Show has won multiple daytime Emmys, and Kelly's ability to connect with guests and audiences is unmatched. But this moment has sparked criticism of her interviewing style, with some calling for more sensitivity and better preparation. The show's team is reportedly reviewing the incident to ensure it doesn't happen again, and Kelly may address it on air in a future episode, as she's known for tackling controversies head-on. The broader entertainment industry is also taking note, with discussions about how talk shows can balance entertainment with respect for guests' boundaries. Some suggest that incidents like this could push more celebrities to opt for controlled formats, like podcasts or written interviews, where they have more say over the narrative. Others argue that the raw, unscripted nature of live TV is part of its appeal, even if it leads to messy moments like this one. As for the fans, they're still dissecting every angle, from the bodied language to the aftermath, trying to decide who was right or wrong. But maybe that's the wrong question. Maybe this is less about blame and more about understanding the complexities of fame, privacy, and the pressure to perform in real time. So, where do we go from here? The Zendaya-Kelly Clarkson clash is more than just a viral moment. It's a case study in the evolving relationships between celebrities, media, and audiences. As we wrap up, let's reflect on what we've learned. This incident highlights the tightrope that public figures walk. They're expected to be open and relatable, but only to a point. Cross that line, and you risk moments like these, moments that spark debates, divide fans, and dominate headlines. For Zendaya, this was a rare crack in her polished exterior, a reminder that even the most composed stars have their limits. For Kelly, it's a lesson in navigating the fine line between authenticity and overstepping. The truth is, we may never know the full story of what was said, what was meant, or how it was resolved. Neither star has commented publicly, and the silence from both camps only adds to the intrigue. But what we do know is that this moment resonated because it tapped into universal themes: respect, boundaries, and the human need to be seen and heard on your own terms. As fans, we can speculate and argue, but we should also remember that both Zendaya and Kelly are navigating intense public scrutiny while trying to do their jobs. Maybe the real takeaway is that moments like this, messy as they are, remind us of the humanity behind the headlines. So, what do you think? Was Zendaya justified in walking off, or did she overreact? Was Kelly out of line, or was it just a misunderstanding? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going. And if you want more deep dives into the biggest moments in entertainment, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for joining us for the full story behind Zendaya's shocking walk-off from the Kelly Clarkson Show. Until next time, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.